Hello. I want to welcome you to the show. Today is the first day of my Master Cleanser fast that I'm going to be doing. Shooting for 20 days. 10 days is the minimum, but thought I would get on and do a little talking about it for those of you that maybe aren't familiar with fasting and the benefits that it can have on your body. So I'm going to be doing the Master Cleanser, which came about by a gentleman by the name of Stanley Burroughs back in the 1940s. And he came up with this fast, and it consists of juice from lemons, natural maple syrup, cayenne pepper, and then filtered water for the rest of it. And I drank about 3 32-ounce containers of that throughout the day, and that's all you're having. You're not eating any food or solids or anything like that. And then at night I have a laxative tea, otherwise known as Smooth Move. Yeah. And that way you can have a bowel movement. Since you're not taking any solids in, it's good to be able to eliminate things that way. So the idea behind this fast is to get rid of toxins in your body. This is about the 6th or 7th fast that I've done over the years. And every time I do it, I always keep this journal here. And I like to keep a list of things that I would like to see improved upon. Could be vision, could be little aches and pains I might have, things like that. So that's kind of how I start. And every day I write in the journal. And I keep track of my weight. Kind of how I'm feeling, what went on, just things like that. Any improvements that might have happened, then I'll make note of that. So the first time I did this, I did it for 31 days. And actually I had really bad carpal tunnel in my shoulder and shooting pains down my arm. And I'm a guitar player, and I thought I may not be playing guitar much longer. And within 5 or 6 days, the pain was gone after doing this fast. And it's never come back. And that was probably over 15 years ago that I did that. So that got my attention on that. And a number of other things I was able to improve upon. One thing is my lymph nodes. Because you'll notice if you feel under your neck, you'll feel those little bumps there, like little grapes, and those are your lymph nodes. You've got them in your arms, and it's part of your immune system and getting rid of toxins, so they do start to fill up. And within a couple days, those things will totally go down. So it's interesting to do this and then just watch your body go through this whole process that you're not having any control over. All you're doing is withholding the food, giving it nutrients, because there's a lot of nutrients and minerals in this mixture of the lemon juice and the maple syrup and the cayenne pepper. And your body just goes into a total elimination mode. So when you drink that stuff, it's immediately sucked up right into the duodenum, and it's in your body. And you get a real sense of calmness because your intestines have stopped processing food. So you think about your intestines as you're eating, you've got these things are just undulating, pretty continually as you're digesting food and eliminating and things like that. So this gives your intestinal tract a chance to just totally shut down, basically. And you do get a real sense of calm that way, and your body goes into a total elimination mode. So it will get rid of things through your sweat, and your tongue will get what we call carpeted. So it'll get really like white and funky looking. And as you're doing the fast, it'll start to get pink around the edges, and then finally it will clear up. So there's a lot of different ways your body gets rid of these toxins. Like I say, the sweating, breathing, the tongue, through the colon. So you want to really try and do this fast when you're hopefully in a calm state, because an adrenaline kick can not be very good for you. Let's put it that way, because you're in this kind of calm not really vulnerable state, but your body's in a very different mode. I liken it to like sleep deprivation. So after about 48 hours, you go into sleep deprivation when you're unable to sleep, and your body totally changes how it's functioning. Well, the same with fasting. In about 48 hours, your body has gotten into this fasting state, and it has shut down all of the intake, basically, and just really going on the outtake now, and just taking the nutrients that you're giving it in that drink. And one thing I also do too in the morning, you don't have to, but it is suggested, is a sea salt water flush. So after the Smooth Move does its thing, wakes you up early in the morning, I will do a pint of sea salt. It's not iodized salt, it's uniodized. And you got to stick around the bathroom for about 45 minutes because it's going to basically be a enema from the top down. It flushes you out and just gets rid of all the stuff in your intestine. And, you know, you're doing that for 10 or 20 days or however long you're doing it. It really gets all that flushed out nice. And I don't care what the doctors say, you know, that, oh, that's ridiculous. You don't retain a bunch of stuff in your intestines. I beg to differ. Because when I did that 31 days, there was still stuff coming out at the end of that fast. So I don't know what they think that stuff is, but yeah. So I'm going to be doing some more shows on this as I'm going through it. I might even read from the book a little bit. If you have any questions, you can leave some comments down below. And I'll kind of let you know how I'm doing as I'm progressing along in this fast. So again, this is the Master Cleanser Fast, Stanley Burroughs, and you should still be able to get this on Amazon or some of your local bookstores. Should still be available. And it's highly recommended that you get this book. If you're thinking about doing a fast or this one, I would do a lot of research like I did. I did a lot of research. There were forums where people were talking about their experiences. And I read this book, and it's also got some recipes at the end of it as well, which is some really good recipes. But you need to really follow it. There's a whole way to start the fast, such as you don't want to be eating a big steak and then, I'll start my fast tomorrow. You want to kind of gradually wind yourself down a few days before you start the fast, and then that night before you start it, just have like a salad, a soup, or something like that. And the same with breaking the fast. You don't want to just, all right, I'm done, and then go out and have a big meal. You'll be hurting. So it takes about 3 days to really break the fast. And you're still doing the mixture as you're doing that. But then you'll break it like by eating an orange, because an orange is pretty much broken down. Same with bananas, so they digest very easily. But that orange will give you some juice, and then also the pulp in it will give your intestines something to work on, your stomach something to work on. But we can cover all that later as we do some more of these shows and kind of go through the whole process of how this works. So I want to thank you for tuning in. I think you will find this rather interesting. I know I have, and it's funny that people that do this, you get on the forums, and they all start talking about, the bowel movements and stuff. It's fascinating. It's, everybody has them, It's how the body functions. So I don't look at it as a gross thing. It's just something that our body does. And if you stopped having them, you'd be in a world of hurt. So anyway, I'm going to finish my tea and call it a night. So you go out there and have a good day, and we will catch you next time. You have a good one now. Survival Health is brought to you by Tucker Survival and produced by MBJ Media Services.